Good morning, Nina fans, and happy Victory Monday to you. Happy Victory Monday to all that celebrate. How are we feeling on this Victory Victory Monday morning? I wanted to get right to it. I'm hyped up. I know you guys are. We're fresh off of victory over the Philadelphia Eagles, crying like a man, crying because they lost the game. Oh my God. The Niners took care of business. What's up, LA Dodgers? How's it going, Debbie? How's everybody in the chat doing? I know this was a little early. We'll probably have a little later show, but I just had to come on and talk specifically about Brock Purdy. We'll do a whole Victory Monday show and everything. But today, right now, I want to talk about Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is officially in the lead, the favorite to win the NFL MVP, according to DK Sportsbook. It's all over the place. Brock Purdy has the highest odds to win the MVP. What did I say last night? I said, if Brock Purdy, I said not just last night, I said it all week. Brock Purdy walks into the link and has a big game. They need to put some respect on his name and make him the MVP candidate. They didn't just make him the MVP candidate, folks. They made him the favorite. Plus 300. Brock Purdy. Let's take a look at everybody else. Jalen Hurts plus 350. Dak Prescott plus 350. Tua plus 700. Lamar plus 900. Patrick Mahomes plus 900. Tyreek Hill plus 1,600. Christian McCaffrey plus 1,600. Brock Purdy has the best odds to win the MVP. That is crazy. That is amazing. Just knowing a year ago today, you want to know what's crazy? This is actually Brock Purdy anniversary day. Let me pull up the exact tweet I wanted to pull up. So I know my boy Random 49ers, he always posts this like stuff. Let me take it. So on this day in 2022, a year ago from today, 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo breaks his foot against the Dolphins. Backup quarterback Brock Purdy takes over as the quarterback, and he started every game for the team since. Every game since that day, since Jimmy Garoppolo went down against the Dolphins. I was there live. I remember that day. It was crazy. It was the Dolphins. Everybody was saying, this is a game that the 49ers might not be able to win. Dolphins offense is too good, ... They kept saying all that stuff. Brock Purdy came in, and he was calm, cool, poised. It was amazing, and it was an epic performance. And a year later, he's the starting quarterback, and he's the favorite for the MVP. That is absolutely, like, you guys have to realize how impressive that is, how insane that is. Brock Purdy was not even supposed to play in the league. He was Mr. Irrelevant. That doesn't even like those players that are Mr. Irrelevant. They never get the chances. They never really get an opportunity. It's just like a last pick in the draft. Okay, they're probably not going to amount to anything. It's just the MVP favorite. This is the MVP favorite at plus 300. Not only that, Brock Purdy is also nominated for the NFL FedEx Air Award. He's probably going to win it. We put it in the story. We put it everywhere. Y'all going to vote. Brock Purdy is the NFL FedEx Air Player of the Week nominee. He's done this, 4 times now? Every week, it seems like Brock Purdy's having a historical, game, man. And the thing is, everybody's going to say, oh, well, it's all because of the Yak brothers, and this and that. And, I get it. I know he throws it to the Yak guys a lot. And the 49ers, their offense is built off, yards after the catch. But it's not just that. Like, I want to pull this tweet out from KP, from Niners Nation, from KP Show. He says, if your argument is that Purdy pads his stats with Yak, you're ignoring history. So let's put history on our side. This is what KP Show says. It says 48.5% of Purdy's passing yards this season have come after the catch. 48.5. I mean, that's a significant amount. He goes, the average Yak for the past 10 MVPs, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. The average Yak for the past 10 MVPs was 48%. So he's pretty much just where everybody else that's won MVP is at in terms of Yak ability. Now, Patrick Mahomes was at 54% Yak last year. 54% for Patrick Mahomes. Purdy's throwing 48.5% of his Yak. And to me, and this is the thing. Oh, well, he throws it to Debo and he does all the work. Oh, well, Kittle, that's his offense. He's executing the offense. Did you see him get blitzed? This is what you guys have to take into consideration. The people that don't think he should be an MVP. I know you guys do, but the media that's writing him off. Look at this stat. When Brock Purdy was blitzed by the Eagles yesterday, he was blitzed 10 times. Okay, he was blitzed 10 times, like straight out blitz. He was 10 for 10 for 213 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a perfect 158.3 rating. That's crazy. 10 for 10, 213 yards, 3 touchdowns, perfect 158.3 rating. Like, yes, if the blitz is coming, what are you going to do? Sit there and wait for a play to develop and throw it deep? No, if the blitz is coming, you're going to throw the ball fast. You're going to throw it over the middle. You're going to get it to your weapons, and they're going to do the rest. You hope those guys can get yardage. Like, it is an absolute stupid stat for people. Oh, well, it's yak yards. He was blitzed 10 times. He was blitzed 10 times, and you're going to sit here and say, oh, well, all he does is yak. Of course, he was blitzed 10 times. And out of those blitzes, he connected on every single pass. You can't stop Brock Purdy. He's that guy, man. He's that guy. How are we feeling today, ladies and gentlemen? It is Victory Monday. All day long. Victory Monday. Brock Purdy, NFL MVP leader, the favorite to win MVP, and got nominated for the FedEx Air Player of the Week. I mean, it's just easy work for him. That is unbelievable. 10 for 10 for 213 yards, 3 touchdowns, a perfect 158.3 rating, man. Like, this is crazy. Let's pull up some more Brock stats. I mean, it's impressive. Like, whatever he's doing is incredible. It's incredible. He's on pace for. You want to know what Brock Purdy's on pace for? 4,500 yards passing, 33 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. The guy's putting up one of the most historical seasons for the 49ers. Second half against the Eagles, he was 10 for 12, 196 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He had a perfect 158.3 passer rating in the second half. Oh my God, man. It's just crazy. He's number 1 in passer rating. Okay, he's number 1 in completion percent. He's number 1 in touchdown to attempts. He's number 1 in yards to attempt. He's number 1 in yards per completion. It's just amazing. It's just amazing what he's doing. Again, 10 out of 10, 213 yards, 3 touchdowns, perfect 158.3 passer rating. Like, I just can't believe that when he was blitzed. It's incredible. He's balling. He absolutely is balling. I mean, you just can't talk about how great he is enough. And you know what really was amazing last night for Brock? This man got chanted. His name was chanted off the field. Like, he was getting chants. They were chanting Purdy. All the Niner fans stayed and were chanting his name. Like, this is unreal. This was a hostile environment, right? It's a hostile environment. It's in Philly, and they were talking all this nonsense. I saw one tweet that said, "Oh, this geek's not gonna beat us. This stupid geek." And it was my video I posted, last week when he's wearing, the schoolboy outfit, walking up to the game in Seattle. And the dude, he retweeted my video. It says, "Oh, this dumb geek's not gonna beat us." Absolutely, he did. He didn't just beat you; he annihilated you. Like, he's so good, man. He's so good. He's putting up the best numbers in the NFL. He's putting up the best numbers in the NFL. Of course, he should be the MVP. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. I want to get you another stat. Look at this. Most games with 140 plus passer rating since 1950. There's been only 5 quarterbacks to do this. Most games with 140 plus passer rating. All these guys have done it 4 times. Brock Purdy in 2023, 4 games with 140 plus passer rating. Aaron Rodgers in 2011 did it with 4 times. Tom Brady did it 4 times in 2010. Tom Brady did it again in 2007, 4 times. In 1973, Roger Staubach did it 4 times. Brock Purdy's up there with some amazing names. And the season's not even over. It's not even over. This is crazy. In week 11, Brock Purdy, you want to know his odds were to win the MVP? Plus 2,500, plus 2,500. If you would have put a bet in week 11, when he was still coming off 3-game losing streak, if you would have put those odds, and now looking at the odds, you're probably like sitting pretty. I mean, obviously the rest of the season has to play out, but his odds went from plus 2,500 to plus 300. It's crazy. Unbelievable, man. It's absolutely insane how good he's doing. I mean, you can't talk about how good he is enough. This is another cool stat right here. So this is from Zachary Greer on Twitter. He posted some stats on Brock, and you kind of just see how good he's been doing for the 49ers, and shows you how bad quarterback play has been for the 49ers in years, in 2 decades. Look at this. Brock Purdy is currently 815 passing yards away from a 4,000 passing yard season. 815 yards, okay? The last 49ers quarterback to have a 4K obviously was Jeff Garcia in 2000. We know he was a baller. He was the last Pro Bowl quarterback. Last 49ers quarterback to have over 4K was Jeff Garcia, okay? It's just crazy. It would place Brock Purdy, if he gets 4K, this would place Purdy fourth in all-time passing yards for the franchise. That is fucking crazy. Brock Purdy's the guy, man. 4K would place Brock Purdy in fourth in all-time passing yards for the franchise. The guy's played for us for a year. A year to the day. A year to the day. Guy is money, man. I love Brock Purdy. God dang, man. Brock Purdy MVP. You gotta put the hype on. You had Shannon Sharp talking hype about him. You had every announcer out there today. I said it. I said what I said. I said they're gonna start talking about him like an MVP. You walk out of the link, you better put some respect on the man. And they did. Shannon Sharp giving the Niners their flowers. Everybody. Colin Cowherd, of course, switched up on his take. He switched up. He said the backwards cap, this, that. Now he's all Brock Purdy. They look so annihilated. They annihilated him. It's the media for you. My man Rick says, I feel the same way. Would you guys were anxious about our team? We got to take it. It was a stressful week. But now I think knowing that Brock could walk into any stadium and ball, Niners their mentality is amazing, Russell says, I can't wait to hear what Shady has to say. I can't wait either. April says, people are coming up with creative stats to argue against Brock being the MVP. When will the haters shut up? They won't. They're going to keep on pushing this, maybe. Well, again, because this week now, because every week it's something. Oh, he's a system quarterback. Okay. Well, he can't win a big game. Well, he can't win from behind. Last night, he won from behind. Although it wasn't a huge deficit, he still came from behind. He rallied. It was a tough first quarter. Tough environment. He walked into the link. No stress. The fact that he came back into the stadium where he had the devastating injury, like, to me, my mind would be racing. I'd be thinking about the injury so much, I'd be like stressed out. He walked in. He says he wasn't thinking about it. It wasn't about revenge. He just had to go out there and win the games and play football. Like, so humble. And now the narrative, well, it's Yak Bros. Well, it's the Yak. It's just he throws it to the Yak guys. I mean, it's low-key still talking about the system. Oh, well, he's just throwing it to the Yak. What else is he supposed to do? Is you want him to throw the ball with his mouth? What do you want him to do? Like, I don't know what you want him to do. He's throwing the ball to his playmakers, and he's getting blitzed at a high rate. Like we said, 10 for 10 in the blitz, 213 yards. Eating it up, man. He's tearing everybody up. He's tearing it up, ladies and gentlemen. What else do you want Brock Purdy to do? Put some respect on Brock Purdy's name, man. My man says, let's not pay attention or listen to the media. These are people that hate us, and they don't want. You know what? You're right. But at the end of the day, they're going to keep on painting this picture. We gotta take the power back in a sense. Like, I like to go up, and when the media likes to hate us, I like to sit here and show that they're not right. And as a Niner fan, as a Niner content creator, as someone that's in the media, 49ers media, I like to go out there and dispel those myths and show them, hey, look, you guys don't really know what you're talking about. So you're right. We shouldn't pay them attention, but it's fun to keep the receipts. That's what I like. So it's Fanny says, they don't want to believe it. Oh, well, Purdy will keep showing out. Absolutely. Every week they got something to say. They keep moving their lips, right? Like Eminem says, just a bunch of gibberish, right? But Brock Purdy keeps on coming out, and he keeps proving them. 4 touchdowns. That was a very impressive game. Oh, man, Victor says 49ers finally have a franchise quarterback. It feels good. It feels great, doesn't it? It feels good to have a quarterback that you can trust. The players trust. Like, they love his energy. Like, you just see the players are celebrating with him. They're talking great. Like Debo and Brandon Ayuk, they love this guy. Like, the vibes are so high with Brock on the team. Like, they know that he can come in and lead them. And this game showed everything for the 49ers. Like, yeah, okay, Get it? They may not get the number 1 seed just because, that 3-game slide may have cost them. But if they don't get the number 1 seed, they can go into any stadium. Brock Purdy is so poised. He can beat any player, any team. It's amazing. Like, they have that confidence because they've been missing that leadership from the quarterback, and they have it now. And, the fact that he's a leader, he's a captain, he's in his second year, and they gave him the captain, badge. Like, that's something people don't talk about a lot. Brock Purdy got a captain badge this year. He's 23 years old, second season, starting quarterback. Kyle has never trusted a quarterback like this so fast. This man got a captain. That shows him so much respect. Kyle loves this guy. He trusts him with all his life. And, that was a huge, gesture for Kyle Shanahan and this team to vote him as captain. Like, that meant a lot. That tells you how much they believe in this guy and how much they know he can, take them far into the season. Like, he might be able to win a Super Bowl with this team. Like, he might take this team into the depths that we haven't been in a long time, and that's hoisting the Lombardi. Brock Purdy, man, he's a special guy. He's a special guy. 23 years old, and he's incredible, and his stats are just phenomenal. And it's not a fluke. He's doing it every week. Everybody says, "Oh, okay. Well, now he's looking. They figured him out. They got the film on him." What happened? They didn't have the film on him. He's still doing it. He's still doing his thing. Like, his ability to scramble, that was amazing. He's, rushing out of the pocket. He's creating, looking like freaking Mike Vick out there with, on that scramble play. He'll be able to run on the, throw on the run, drop dimes. The pass to Christian McCaffrey last night, he floated that ball to him and he levitated it. That was an amazing play. That play right there, that opened up the third quarter. And that's what they've been doing. We've been watching it every week. And every time in the third quarter, Kyle takes a shot down the edge. He tries to take that deep shot. Kittle one week, Brandon Ayuk one week. And this week was CMC. Like, every week he's trying to take that deep shot. And you can see it. And I remember a couple weeks ago, Deebo Samuel, the Giants game, I was there. And the game was it was a little close. But then once he hit that deep shot to Deebo, I was nailing the coffin. Like, they are being aggressive. Kyle is taking the knockout blows, and he's trusting Brock Purdy because he knows he can make the big plays. He knows the moment's not too big for him. He knows he's going to go out there, and he can make the big-time clutch money throw. That's what he's doing, man. Quarterbacks like that make the clutch money throws. Great quarterbacks. And everybody says, oh, well, he's not elite. He's making the throws that Patrick Mahomes was not making last night, that Josh Allen's not making over the last couple of weeks. Like, he's making those throws, man, and we need to start putting him in that conversation. I know, I just think people get uncomfortable because, Patrick Mahomes looks like that. He's such an athlete. No disrespect. He looks amazing when he's out there. He's running, he's gunning, but he's not making the same plays that Brock Purdy's making this year. I get it. We can sit here and say his receivers suck. We can sit here and say Patrick Mahomes doesn't have the same skill set. It doesn't matter. If he's so good, he should be able to elevate his team. That's what they always say. Brock Purdy, you take Brock Purdy away from this team, and Sam Darnold's the quarterback, they're not winning these games. They're not beating the Philadelphia Eagles. Brock Purdy was the reason they won this game. What did Debo say in the offseason? If they would have had Brock Purdy, they win by double digits. What did Brandon Ayuk said? If we wish we would have had a chance to play a fair game with our quarterback, it would have been a different outcome. George Kittle said the same thing. Christian McCaffrey said the same thing. Last night, what was it? It was a different outcome. They had their starting quarterback, and they won by double digits. They were a 3-point favorite on the road. Scratch my head. Why are they a 3-point favorite on the road? We found out last night. Brock Purdy is him. His defense was them. It was amazing, guys. Sati says, the most underrated part of the game was Purdy's throw to Ayuk on 3rd and 7. It was after that, green light ejection, scored to make it a one-possession game, and the crowd was all the way back. That was it, man. He stayed tough. He stayed through, because the Eagles were pushing momentum. They took it. Green law's ejection, they gave the Eagles every ounce of momentum. It gave them all the energy. I was starting to realize, like, oh, God, Eagles might be making that comeback. Niners might be on the ropes. Press back against the rope. Nope, Brock Purdy says, all right, Ayuk, 3rd and 7. Hit this money play, boom. And then they hit Debo, and it was boom, boom. The fact that they scored, Brock Purdy was poised, and they scored after the melee, the touchdown, everything that the Eagles did. Like, most quarterbacks, most teams would have unraveled against that. And the Eagles probably would have won against any other team. The 49ers are not any other team. They are the 49ers, the best team in the NFL, and they have Brock Purdy, the MVP favorite right there. That was the poise. That was the cool, calm, collected ability of Brock Purdy at the highest level. That was an MVP moment. That game last night was an MVP performance. That was it. I said Brock Purdy walks into the link and has an elite game. That's an MVP moment. And that last night was an MVP game. Absolutely. Absolutely. You take him away, the 49ers aren't beating the Eagles. You put Sam Darnold in there, no disrespect. Sam Darnold's not beating the Eagles. He doesn't make that play to IU. He doesn't make those plays. He doesn't make the play to Christian McCaffrey, floating it up to lead to a touchdown in the third quarter. He doesn't make those plays. Brock Purdy does. It's Fanny says, speaking of Jennings, I'm glad he's getting way more production and love to see. Yo, man, Jennings is a dog, man. I know that was his first touchdown, but he is getting some big catches here and there. Like he's a third down machine. And that play right there, third down, who else are you going to throw it to? Juwan Jennings. And the stiff arm, bro, that play was cold-blooded. Absolutely love Brock. I love Jennings. Jennings is a dog, man. He's going to get paid somewhere this season. I don't know if it's by the Niners. Whatever he does, man, I'm going to wish him good luck. I hope he sticks around to the Niners, man. That guy's a dog. Yeah. Kai says Greenlaw should never have been ejected. Yeah, Big Dom, man. I was cold-blooded. Yo, Kyle was pissed. He was sick. Sirianni had to apologize to him. Like this, that got out of hand. Honestly, I think the Eagles set him up. I think they tried to set up Dre Greenlaw. I don't know. I might be crazy. Call me crazy, ladies and gentlemen. But I feel like Dre Greenlaw was set up. Like, why is the security? Why is the bounce? Why do you have a bouncer on the sideline? Like, I know these teams are going to be chippy, but let the refs handle business. That's what their job is. You don't need, like, I've never seen a security guard on the sideline. Maybe I haven't noticed it, but I never have seen a security guard on the sideline. Am I crazy for thinking that? I don't know. I don't know about that. That's crazy though. Yeah, stiff arm touchdown was awesome, Raphael. Rick says, when people don't expect the Niners do a lot of things unexpected. His team is great. His team is absolutely great. John Jennings, no injuries. Sideline Wilkes is a vibe. Let's go Niners. Glad there was no big injuries. Is Armstead okay? From what I'm understanding, everybody's okay. But, today we'll get an injury report. We'll see what happens. So I know Armstead played through the foot injury. We've got to talk about him. Armstead, man, he's a dog. I love to see how good Armstead's been this season because he takes a lot of scrutiny. He got a lot of hate, especially last year. He had the plantar fasciitis. He missed a lot of games. Missed like 9-10 games. And people criticized him, very highly. And I get it. He makes a lot of money. People were so upset about Defoe, and they never got over it. But Arik Armstead's played at such a high level. Even after the trade, he's always played good. He's just, a guy that people expect him to get 20 sacks this season. But he played his ass off yesterday against, a amazing offensive line. And he's the OG, man. And he played through, a foot injury. And you could tell he was in pain. He was pushing through, though, man. That guy's a dog. He's an OG. I like Armstead. Over the years, I've really become to really respect the guy because he's a veteran. He goes out there, works hard. He's a blue-collar guy. He's got the, lunch pail, hard hat. He's just one of those type of guys, blue-collar, baller type guy. I always love those type of guys. And he's the vet. He's been on this team for a long time, man. The longest tenured Niner. He survived a lot. Survived some dark years, and he could have been one of those guys where they could have got rid of, but they liked him to keep him because whenever you take over a team, you look at guys that you're like, okay, should we keep him? Should we get rid of him? And they absolutely love this guy, and Armstead has really carved a nice role. So yeah, shout out to Armstead, man. I've seen event staff closer to the fans, but never on the sideline, says Russell. Yeah, I've never seen the event staff like that on the sidelines like that. I mean, maybe they have been, but I'm not always staring at the sideline. So, I don't know. But it just was a weird situation. Definitely a weird situation. Rick Diaz says the 49ers are favored on Sunday, as they should be. They should be highly favored against the Seattle Seahawks. But we can't take that game lightly. I know we're coming off a big dub. Seahawks backs against the wall, man. This is a must-win game for them. If they don't win this game, I don't know if they make the playoffs. They're 6-6 right now. They are in a dire situation of a win. And what more would they want than beating the 49ers, a division game? So, absolutely, 49ers are favored. They should be at home against the Seahawks. They cooked them on Thanksgiving on their home, but I think the 49ers cannot take this game lightly because I think Seahawks are going to want to get revenge. They're going to be coming out pissed off this weekend. It's a little bit of a rivalry week this weekend. Eagles have the Cowboys, Niners have the Seahawks. Both teams need to get a dub against their bitter division rivals. So it'll be interesting. Charlene says the 49ers are 12-point favorites. That's absolutely, that's incredible. A 12-point favorite? Sheesh. Damn, 12-point favorite. Are you kidding me? You think we beat the Seahawks by 12 points? Think it'd be closer? Every time I want to say it's a close game, it's like a blowout. Niners are crazy. They're too good because of Brock Purdy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this first show up of the day. Brock Purdy MVP. We'll be back later. We'll do a little Victory Monday show, talk about everything, you know, the vibes. I just wanted to say good morning. How are we feeling? Brock Purdy, MVP candidate. Appreciate all the support. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. All that stuff and razzle and dazzle. We'll talk to you later. Have a good rest of your morning. We'll be back in the afternoon, and we'll talk more ball. I love you guys. Have a good day. Bang, bang. Not again.